guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Farscape. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 22 of season 1 of Farscape. It's the finale, which I'm excited. I have tissues, so I'm fully prepared, if need be. Because the last episode, I got a little verklempt, so I'm excited, but I'm also ready for some emotions. Because Moya asked Aaron to name the baby. And Aaron had this whole bonding thing with the baby, and I thought it was beautiful. I don't know if it's because she's a peacekeeper, because of Pilot's DNA, because the two combos together, but she felt at home with the baby, and I love that. That breaks my heart for her. Because, she hasn't had that for such a long time, and she felt good there. Now, I worry that that means more than what they're just implying, is that, this is a great spot. This is my, this is where I want to hang out from now on. That could be her, permanent home at some point. But I would feel good about the baby being with Aaron, and Aaron, gallivanting through the universe with the baby. I think that that would be amazing. But we need a name. We need a name. My vote's on Henry. I don't know why such a simple name would be my vote, but it could be something like, Xander, my other editor. It could be, something like Brian. What is her father's name? Maybe she names the baby after her father, but she had tears in her eyes. She knew how important that baby was to Moya, and that trust, that Moya giving her that responsibility is such a big deal. Now, the last we saw with Scorpy is that he was holding Emily up to him, and I don't think she's going to eat him. I do think he's probably going to utilize her as a weapon, though, because he was like, oh, yes, come here. And I don't know if he's, absorbing things from her, if he can, in fact, sense her, fears and desires and all these things. But, I could see him, releasing her and on, a prisoner, like Crace. Ooh. But the one thing with Crace is, I don't know what he had above his throne, which is an incredibly weird thing to have in your room, but he also had a stuffed Hynerian. So it seems like he's got an ego and he's got this anger, and those two things combined means that he'd want to win. I could see him killing her and then stuffing her and hanging her up on a wall. I could totally see it. But I don't know if that's what Scorpy's going to do, or if Scorpy is going to throw her in the chair and see what all of her memories are, which I think they'd be really dark. I think if we saw the film reel of her head for the past couple of years, it is just eating her family and all the other people and all the other things that were on that planet before her. So don't put her in the chair. That's not a memory I need. Now we have Scorpy taking over Crace's ship, and Crace possibly facing execution via Emily, I'm gonna guess, or firing squad, who knows. Zan and Dargo grew closer together. They were already kind of growing close, they were at odds, and I think they're growing closer together because there's an understanding with each other, but they kind of did this to their personalities, and I dig it. I really like it. Then, of course, you have Chiana and Rigel being Chiana and Rigel, just young and immature. And Rigel needs to keep his hands to himself. Can't say that enough. And I want Chiana to go, ha-cha, keychain. Lucky charm. Gonna hang it from my neck. I'm gonna make a pair of earrings out of your little digits. That's so dark. That's so dark. But he needs to stop doing that, and I don't really find that funny. I have to laugh at it because I'm just I know they don't mean it in a gross, malicious way, but a greasy old creepy Hynerian fondling this young Iberian? I want to say Nebulan? I don't know, but it's not okay. It's not okay. The one thing that kind of worries me a little bit too about Emily going with Scorpius is, I don't know if he would know how to work the machine that's there or not. But the fact that you could miniaturize people and put them in jars, that's demented. Just think instead of a serial killer killing, they just shrank people and kept them in jars. That sounds like a horror movie, does it not? Nobody take that idea. That's mine. Somebody probably already came up with it anyways, but I'm just saying that is terrifying. So we still have to escape the asteroid field unless we, like, start the episode out of the asteroid field. Normally with these stories, we don't get, like, a wrap-up and then a continuation of the last story. It's just like, cha! And then right into the next. And a lot of people are like, well, why do you need to know how they got back from, you know, the aliens, like, pretending to be human to see if they could trust humans? Because did John actually go through a wormhole, or did they create that and trap them somehow? Or like, was it a real wormhole, but it, like, wasn't to Earth? Like, that was, like, fake. Like, they green screened Earth or something, you know? Like, I just, like, want, like, that stuff answered, because I was just like, that's pretty important. If there's, like, an alien race that's just like, wormhole, and they created one, and I know that they did because the information was locked away in his head, but, like, did he see Earth? Like, there's so many questions that I have, and that's why I like them getting back to the ship, because that's when it feels like the story should end, is like the beginning of the journey and the end of the journey. And sometimes with these episodes, it's just like, and scene. And it's like, whoa, get rid of at least a minute and a half of the slow-mo that you throw in there and just give me the ships just getting into the bay, or, you know, wrapping up that story some way, somehow. But, you know, I know it's not like terribly necessary, but that's where I just feel like the story gets cut off and I'm like, ugh. Quick stop, not fair. But I feel like these past couple episodes have been one after the other, and I don't know if we're going to pick up with Scorpion and Embrace or not, but I'm really looking forward to seeing where we're going in this finale. I expect it to be nuts. I expect it to be crazy. I expect it to be just absolutely weird and very Farscapey. Yeah, that's what we could say. This was a very Farscapey episode. Okay, guys, let's get into it.
Tell me there is some kind of sick punchline coming.
Unfortunately, what? John, it's true.
Great.
What's true?
Absolutely great.
What?
You must go after him.
No, 2 pods out there would just compound the problem.
Wait, did Rigel leave?
Let's be anything but surprised. Our weakest link is off in this morning.
Yep. Why is Rigel doing this?
Rigel, please respond.
Should he be driving? Can he reach the pedals?
Whatever deal you cut with them, Grace will never honor.
Rigel, kill your engines, float dead. Maybe they won't spot you. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, come on.
Point, Crichton. That's all your people ever do is talk. I am a dominar of action.
Oh my God, Rigel.
One unarmed transport flying straight towards us.
Okay, at least he's not trying to steal Moya's baby. You know what? His own fate is... I can't worry about Rigel anymore.
Why would the Hynerian be traveling alone?
Perhaps he wishes to become part of your collection.
Twisted. But who is that, though?
This Hynerian royal was alone aboard the Leviathan transport.
You want the Leviathan gunship offspring, the defector Aaron Sun.
Screw you, Rigel!
You want the one called Crichton.
Oh, I hope he guts you. That's harsh. That's harsh.
I want my freedom. Interested?
Oh, screw you. I need to eat chocolate. I'm so mad at Rigel.
The Peacekeepers knew where we were, Dargo. They'd be here already.
Look, is it possible he's just stalling them for us?
Huh. Sure.
Right. But it doesn't look like we're going to get out of this one, and if we're going to go down, I want to go down swinging.
There we go.
We shall do so together.
Just to be in the warm glow of all this testosterone.
Rigel flew that transport right into their ship.
Presumably screaming I surrender all the way.
Yeah, but what if one of us did the same thing, but at the last second veered off straight into the bridge? And what if the transport is loaded down with explosives? What if we blow the holy hell out of their nerve center? Would that buy us enough time for the rest of us to get away?
Well, who do we sacrifice? I'm not okay with any of this plan. The one person I'd be willing to sacrifice is with Grace already.
When they board Moya, lock yourself in one of the cells, slip these on, and maintain no matter how many times they ask that we forced you to help.
Don't tell me how to lie. It's one of the best things I do.
You are a real pain in the Ema.
She is.
But one I have grown to enjoy.
Aww. How's he becoming the more emotional one in this show?
Not at all. John, are you sure there's no other way?
I mean, there better be.
Oh, yeah.
Since when has Xan been an explosives, like, know-how person, pro, expert, whatever?
I've made new family here, surrounded by all of you. But now I sense it's coming to an end.
Well, it's a Jerry Springer kind of family. But for what it's worth, Xan, you are family.
I appreciate your concern, Officer Sun, but I no longer require a chaperone. You and I, we've shared quite a lot in the time we've been together.
DNA for one.
You've kept me alive when no one else could. There's no reason we all need to be recaptured. You have your prowler.
Don't think that option hasn't entered my mind. I'm not going anywhere.
I love how they're all admitting that they're a family. Dargo, Xan,
Moya
Aaron.
wants to know, have you come up with a name for her offspring yet, in case something happens? She doesn't want her son named by the peacekeepers.
Aww.
Please tell Moya that it remains my honor to name her son. It will be a good, strong name that he will bear proudly.
Aww.
In freedom, if I have anything to say about it.
I will tell her.
What's the name?
Is he anything like the man I met?
The man you met was an alien who'd taken the form of my father.
But he was constructed from your memory, so
Yeah.
was it accurate?
Was it?
A little idealized, but mostly, yeah.
Good man.
You're lucky, you know. When I was very young one night, a soldier appeared over my bunk, battle-hardened.
Your father?
My mother.
Oh, nice.
She told me that I wasn't merely an accident or a genetic birthing to fill the ranks, that she and a male that she had cared about had chosen to yield a life.
And what about your father?
I know even less.
No.
Sorry, I thought they were gonna kiss. That got me. That got me.
Leave him a message. You never know. They might get it.
You have eaten. You have bathed. What next? We must talk about your future.
Sure. You're clearly not the one to decide my future. This Scorpius fellow, he's obviously the one in power now.
Allow me to make a case for my value in these negotiations, Your Highness.
I was gonna say, you see both of those heads, right? You know that he don't care about making a deal with you.
This is your death certificate, proof you expired. I am not your reaper. Scorpius is. Did you really think you could strike an honest bargain with a Scaran half-breed like him?
Scaran?
The moment Crichton is in custody,
know
he's
that?
ordered your execution to show everyone what he thinks of traitors. Slow death.
Oh, you've already been tortured. It's like you didn't think this through.
Why tell me?
We find ourselves in similar situations.
So what do you want?
To survive, as you do.
Like on our ship? Gross.
Off the throne sled, Rigel, and face down on the ground.
Well, hardly. Then I'd miss your reaction to whatever's about to happen. Whatever your reaction, don't let it include weapons fire.
Is Grace with him? Save me! Save me! Damsel in distress, that guy.
My boy Grace!
Clearly an awkward situation.
You think?
Pilot, have the DRDs check the transport for tracking devices.
At once. Tiana, reinstate the cell door functions on Tier 7.
With pleasure.
I mean, this really is the only way that Grace would survive. Can we get him a comb?
As you can see, I am unarmed.
As you can see, I'm also unarmed.
You know how awful you've made life?
Tell them!
Tell them what?
Cardago did not commit the crime that he was in prison for.
Even more of a reason to kick him.
His mate was killed by someone else.
You knew, and you kept him in chains.
There is much in life that is unfair. We are all proof of that.
If life was fair, you'd be dead.
When the nicest person in the universe says that, boy, have you messed up. Oh my god, can we shave his head? Give him a haircut? Get rid of his ponytail? Hairspray for flyaways?
I believe my best chance is to let the Hynerian explain my position to you.
You're letting Rigel be your advocate?
That is pretty amusing.
You're worse off than you look.
Dargo, there won't be much time later. We've had our differences, but you've become someone I rely on now.
I've become similarly affected.
Oh.
Sorry I didn't get a chance to meet your son, Jothi.
I miss being a part of his life more and more each day.
Your blood runs through him, Dargo. That's influence enough. I'm sure he's very much like you.
Hopefully his mother's knows. I thought I would live much longer.
I never thought I'd live this long.
Oh, wow. Like, you guys gonna, like, dap it or, you know, hug? I love all these heartfelt moments with Dargo, but it makes me worried that something's gonna happen to him.
I understand you didn't mean to kill my brother.
Does he mean that, though?
It was an accident. I realize that now, as I look back and try to understand it all.
Might be a little too late for that.
I thought it was about my brother. It should have been about my brother. Somewhere along the way, my priorities decayed. I realized I'd become more concerned with my own image and career.
Yep, his ego got in the way. What a conversation I did not expect.
Fly a transport into the bridge of a command carrier. The ship's sensors will detect explosive content, and you will be destroyed well out of range.
It's a long shot, but it's all we've got.
No, I have another idea.
Do you? Explain.
What does Scorpius value more than this Leviathan?
John?
I'd wager that precious research base down on that moon.
The oil-covered moon.
Oil-covered moon.
Scorpius will not chase the transport, because there's one thing that he values more than his precious base.
John. So what are we gonna do?
It is not open for discussion.
You're being ridiculous. We were going to draw lots.
I did draw lots. I lost. Matter closed.
You are not the captain here.
No one is. It is anarchy. And today, it is my day to rule.
So Dargo is gonna sacrifice himself?
Dargo insists on flying this suicide mission and says I have to stay behind and deal with Moya's offspring.
He's right. You are the only one of us that the baby trusts.
Yep.
You know, you amaze me being a priest. To live in such a violent world and yet somehow manage to keep your center.
It is rather annoying.
The instant I committed murder, I sacrificed my right to exist. I view every microt as a generous yet undeserved gift from the goddess.
Aaron! More Chronite.
Okay, how's this gonna go? Like, they're gonna talk Crace into it?
You're going flying with that crazy Lux. Not you.
Wait, what?
Well, you heard Crace. Scorpius wants me. And if I'm in the transport, it's more likely to draw the command carrier away from the rest of you guys.
And they probably won't shoot it down.
Just some sort of weird alien send-off.
Your family wants you to stay alive, John.
Call it what you like. I know no other way to thank you for what you're doing.
Never before the big game. But thanks.
You saved my life.
Oh god, everybody's crying in this episode.
When someone else needs it, return the favor. You pass it on.
I don't think we need to do that. Oh, with a tongue. Okay. Do I blame her? No.
Captain Crace has now been officially pronounced irrevocably contaminated. You are officially authorized to take control of the situation as you see appropriate.
He's contaminated, huh?
We attack unannounced.
What is the engagement?
Cripple the Leviathan so it can no longer function. If the offspring responds to our signal, take it into custody. If it attempts to retaliate or flee...
No, 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 no.
Destroy it.
Leave that boy alone.
Kaltenaga.
She took Crace to the baby? You gotta be kidding.
Are you aware of other attempts to breed a ship such as this?
Numerous, all ending disastrously, killing both mother and child.
Stop caressing the baby.
Unlike his mother, this ship responds to direct voice command.
By design. What captain would want a pilot, such as the one on Moya, interpreting his commands?
This ship will never have a pilot.
It can support one, but why? Why dilute the direct command and response possibilities?
I hate you. I hate you so much.
If we don't escape from Scorpius, there'll be no possibilities.
Agreed. This ship will have no part in our escape. Not until it is fully grown.
So let's leave him right out of it.
Mm-hmm. Go away. It's really interesting that Crace is like kind of like poo-pooing the idea of pilot, and he voices pilot.
You're not joking. I can have your possessions.
If I die and you don't, yeah, have at it. Well, you're a material kind of guy, Rigel. Have some material.
What does that mean?
You're easy.
Means, Sparky, that you're a soulless bastard.
Mm-hmm.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Maybe you'll get lucky, we'll all die, and you can have all our stuff.
That's not fair.
What's fair?
Sparky,
What's fair?
Fluffy, Buckwheat the 16th.
Buckwheat the 16th?
You tried to sell us out.
But I didn't.
Yes, you did.
They weren't buying, were they?
Exactly.
No.
Now, how does that taste in your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I know I can be selfish.
You are selfish. Can be,
Given
you
a
are.
chance, I can usually...
Do what? Do the right thing? I figure the right thing starts at the beginning of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Not after you've been caught.
Exactly. Unexpected. I want one.
Thank you for the possessions.
Sometimes he is very heartfelt, and other times I just want to boot him into space.
Zan said we still had half an hour before the final batch of Lutra oil distills down. So I wanted to let you all
Chiana
know
made
how
all
much
of this?
I appreciate everything you've done for me.
She's a party planner. Oh my god.
For each of you, your favorite dishes.
You gotta be kidding.
You remember the day I left? You told me that every man has a chance to be his own kind of hero. Well,
Today's the day.
I don't think I'm ever coming home, so I won't get that ticker tape parade, and doubt that I'm ever gonna have kids, so I won't get a chance to be a hero to them. But I think I know what you meant. I've got a strange life here, Dad. I have people who rely on me, people who I care about.
Even Crace is sitting there with them.
People who become allies, and people who teach me patience, and people who teach me other things. Well, you said the time had come, and I think it has. I have a job to do, and I am unafraid. You did good, Dad. You taught me well.
You did.
This is John Crichton. Somewhere in the universe.
I loved that moment.
May your journey bear the fruits of success, of safety. Any blessings earned over time by my soul, I now extend to you.
I hate this stuff.
Chicks love it.
Are you gonna give Aaron a kiss goodbye? I tried to combine Aaron and kiss and said Karen. She's not a Karen.
Our pilots are trained to expect evasive maneuvers. Fly a direct course.
Thank you.
Right.
Are you gonna say goodbye to Aaron? Making me mad, John.
This holds the holo image of your mate Lolan and your son.
Make sure that he remembers me.
Remember, to get this right, the Peacekeepers will be so focused on the transport pod, they'll never notice the two of you.
Zero margin for error.
I'll be there.
I can only last a quarter
I'll
of
be
it.
there.
Please, 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 right now, please.
I wasn't gonna say goodbye.
Neither was I.
See you later. Kiss. You! Ah! Never felt more... Is this what blue balls is, but kissing? I don't even know.
The visual image is still processing, but our intra-scan reveals the Luxon and the human to be aboard the transport.
That little part back there tingling? Come on. Pursuit!
Break position, go after them, and notify the base. Tell them to expect to come under attack.
It's just one.
Do it!
Scorpius is good. He knows.
How you doing?
I have to pee.
I love how they've become buddies. I know I say that every episode, but they didn't start out close at all.
Please make sure the baby Leviathan understands that once Moya starbursts, he must stay close enough to be sucked along behind us.
Yes, I will.
Can he, like, get... Just don't you... Grace? Oh, God, he's gonna do something with the baby. He's gonna do something with the baby. He's gonna do something with the baby.
Officer Sun, the offspring is not responding to my entreaty. Perhaps you should...
Call him by his name, pilot.
You have chosen a name for him?
Yes, I have. It's Talon.
Talon!
It was my father's.
It's perfect! Grace is in that baby. He better... God. Why did she even take him onto that ship? Now I'm mad.
Hey, Dogo. How come I'm not afraid?
Fear accompanies the possibility of death. Calm shepherds its certainty.
I love hanging with you, man.
Aww.
My dad's good luck charm.
Does it work?
So far.
Oh. Oh my God, too many heartfelt moments. Is somebody gonna die?
Kirk and Spock.
Kirk and Spock.
Abbott and Costello. First base.
Whoa. Okay, I didn't expect that.
Aaron, go and get them. Dogo can't survive for more than quarter of an hour.
I know. Searching now.
Quarter of an hour. An hour's an hour, so 15 minutes.
We may have screwed up here. The transport should have hit the whole sea by now.
Oh, there you go.
Ignition, look at that mother burn. Woo! Alright, you guys starburst the hell out of here. Don't let this be for nothing.
Just relax, John. We get one.
What a front row seat to something crazy.
Someone has boarded Moya's offspring.
Grace! Ah! Ah! Grace still thinks taking that ship back to the Peacekeepers is going to save him. Oh, I'm so mad right now. I think that scream that I just had for Grace was my con moment. Grace!
Talon has broken from Moya's side and is operating independently.
Ship depot into the asteroid field where the debris is densest, where no one can follow us, you or the peacekeepers.
I hate you so much.
Stop what you're doing and you leave the ship now. You cannot take a child from its mother.
You forget. It was done to me, and it was done to you. Goodbye, Officer Sun.
No.
No!
Talon, can't you just flush him into space?
Peacekeeper command carrier is locked onto our position and is moving in.
You guys gotta get out of here. Starburst now.
We cannot leave you and Dogo.
No.
Just go.
Pilot, starburst, save as many as you can.
I believe that too is now impossible.
Why?
Because Moya will not leave without her offspring. She fears Talon does not understand what he is doing by listening to Grace's orders.
He doesn't.
Patch me through to Moya.
Done.
Moya, listen to me. We know how much you care about your baby. That's why we've gone to all this trouble. It's not just to save ourselves, but to save you and him. Your only chance of rescuing him is to save yourself first. Thanks for everything. Now do what you have to do.
15 microns and it won't matter anymore.
Prepare for starburst, people.
Where is leaving her baby? Come on, Aaron, go get them.
I'm still here, but I still can't get to you.
May not matter. Dargo's unconscious.
She's gonna get to you guys. It's gonna be fine. It's just Talon. No, no. Oh, you gotta get together. You have another episode to watch because I don't have to wait. But I'm gonna give myself at least 15 minutes. My God. You know who's on my shit list? Rigel. Crace. Just wanna, yeah, right in the eyeballs. Okay. Aaron's. She's gonna pick him up. Oh, his father's good luck charm. His father's wedding ring. That makes me sad. But she's gonna swoop in, pick up John and Dargo, and I just don't know if other ships starburst other than Leviathans. But they're gonna find Moya. They're gonna find her, and our family will be reunited. And I hope when that happens, that every single day, every single person on that ship walks by Rigel with a thunk right in the back of the head. We need to condition his little ass, because this selfish thing that he does, it's getting on my last nerve. But then we have Crace. Now, I'm mad. I'm like, he took that baby after what he said about like, oh, it doesn't need a pilot, where we made it to where it doesn't. It has voice commands. The only thing I can think that Crace did, I mean, his whole thing when he said to Aaron, like, I hope the next time that we see each other, like, things are different. The fact that several times we mentioned we hope that the baby tethers to Moya during Starburst, and that the baby stays close enough to tether to get swept up into the Starburst. I don't know if Crace didn't trust that the baby wouldn't do that and decided to pilot the baby. I keep saying the baby. Talon. Beautiful name. What a beautiful name. After Aaron's father. She knows her father's name. That maybe he flew the ship to safety. I don't know. I always try to look for the best in people. And you know, like, Rigel, like, cares, but, like, his ideas that he gets in his mind of things that, like, are going to be helpful and that work, he's got a very twisted way of saying that everything that he's come up with has worked. I hate that he is so blatantly selfish and thinks that he can make these deals with people he knows nothing about. You know, he never met Scorpius, and Scorpius could sense that he was lying. And maybe Rigel's a really good liar, but Scorpius could see right through it. I don't know if he's got like a lie detector, like, you know, like the little things from The Expanse that they take to like sharpen their senses so they could tell when somebody's lying. I feel like that's Scorpius, but like all the time. He doesn't need a little pill. That's where they got it for The Expanse, is that they found Scorpius and was like, this is an interesting, you know, species. Let's cut him up and extract this interesting thing. And then they made little truth. Looks like a little vitamin E capsule, quite frankly. Anyway, Rigel. Three stomachs. Half a brain, no heart. I got chocolate bar all over my table. Yeah, I mean, it's a good plan. It's a good plan. They blew up the station, the I don't even want to say a space station, but the station on the moon that was in uncharted space, the secret base. I don't know if it's gone, but damn, that was quite the explosion. I don't know how many people died in that. As far as we know, John's only killed one other person, and that was Laroque, who had a virus that probably could have killed millions of people, or at least taken them over. I don't know if the people on the base are dead, or if just the ocean has been ignited. But bold move. That was beautiful. And then to jump out of that ship in mid-space, that's something. That's something. We have the bravest people on our ship. Now, the goodbyes and like the pleasantries and the moments that we had between each other. Dargo leaving behind, you know, the memory of his wife and son with Zan. That's something that he cherishes, like really cherishes. And to give it to Zan, you know, that shows how much he trusts her. You know, Chiana, I still can't figure out her and John's relationship, because I want it to be like big brother, little sister, but it definitely is like, you know, the older hot guy and like the younger like girl that like is just like, I don't want to say obsessed, but is just like infatuated a little bit with the idea of like this older man. And like I'm saying, like, you know, 20 to 28, you know, like not like 14 to like 40. But you know, like I love that relationship that they have. It's a little too close for comfort sometimes. The kiss was, I was just like, that's not the kiss I wanted in this episode. I wanted it between him and Aaron, and the more and more they don't do it, the more and more I respect the writers of the show. Because as much as I want it, because I'm just like, come on, kiss! They're not those people. Like, John is probably a romantic, but he also knows that, like, that's not how Aaron is. What matters more to her is, like, respect, and them having that moment of, like, I wasn't going to say goodbye, and it's like, neither was I. And it was just kind of like, we're going to see each other again. I keep waiting for an I love you. And again, I have to respect the writers, not for doing like a, like, will they, won't they, but we know, but also like keeping them true to their characters, especially Aaron. And, you know, especially John and Dargo. Dargo hated John, didn't trust John, despised John because he looked like a Sebastian. John didn't really get it. He didn't understand it because John's like a good guy, and he's just like, what did I do? You know, learning that, I think, helped bring them closer together. Dargo realizing why he had issues with John. You know, it's just the way Dargo has grown, especially in the past like 4 episodes. Like, he's been growing the entire like season, don't get me wrong, but him like being openly emotional with these people, that is a sign of trust, that is a sign of love, that is a sign of a bond. This is a family. This is a family. John telling Zan, we are family, you are my family, like that meant the world to her. You know, her sharing like her essence, you know, or whatever it is. Wasn't quite sure what that was, but it seemed like a big deal for her because it was kind of like, I don't know, like a life force potion or something to like give them luck or whatever on her way, you know, and then like John giving Dargo the good luck charm and is like, does it work? And he's like, so far, you know. It's just a lot there. John, you know, saying like, Rigel, you can take all my stuff because I know that that's what's important to you, not lives. And, you know, like them having that moment, like where Rigel really felt bad for what he did. And he's just like, I did not sell you out. And I was like, yeah, most certainly did. And John saying, no, they just didn't buy it. Rigel having to admit that that's what happened was kind of like, egg on your face? A little bit. Couldn't get it done, could ya? Rigel's hard because I just really want him to like get his comeuppance for betraying our crew, because that's what he did. He betrayed our crew. But like Chiana making that whole dinner of all of their favorite food, are you kidding me? That was so lovely. That was so kind and nice and showed how much she, one, pays attention to everybody and all the foods that are important to them. But then like I was like, is she a party planner? Because like, girl, nice setup. You're hired. Like, just it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. And then Grace eating dinner with him, you'd think that means something. I don't know if it did or if it didn't, because I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. But if he did something to help us, that might be the start of healing. Kinda, because every time I give Rigel another chance, he pulls his shit. But like, it would make me see Grace in a different light. Him having the conversations that he did with John, and him saying like, I know that you didn't mean to kill my brother, that it was an accident, and that's initially what it was for, and then it was essentially his ego and his pride, and him proving himself to the rest of the peacekeepers. That was a big step for Grace. Man. It's hard because I always talk about character building, and I'm like, the only person who hasn't gotten any character building is Grace. And in like one episode, they really did a lot. To where the end, I am so angry. If I'm to believe this ending, rat bastard, I hope he dies. I hope Moya gets her revenge. I hope Aaron cuts off his balls, puts them in a jar, blasts them into space. I don't even know if Sebastian males have balls. Anyways, that was extreme. But if it turns out that that's not what happened and that he is fine, okay, prove it. That's not enough. What you did does not prove anything other than you want to hook them even more. It could be a plan to make sure that Scorpius has a way to get to you. I don't know. if Crais is part of our crew and I start believing it, like, I'm going to be very, very sus of him. But I don't know if that's the case. I don't know how it's... That's the thing about Farscape, is like, I normally can guess which way a story is going, or like at least be on the right path. And like with this show, sometimes when an episode pops up, I'm like, couldn't have told you that was gonna happen. And I love that. And there's times that I say things before certain characters, and that's how I know that like me and the writers kind of have the same wavelength a little bit, is that like we have the same humor. That's why I like the show, is because a lot of these jokes I would make, you know, but like it's also something where I don't see it coming. Like, I didn't see John in the last episode. I was like, why is he talking about bones? Like, I didn't see, you know, Zan being put into a little jar. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to watch the next episode, but you have to wait. So, guys, if you want to watch full reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to one episode early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Talon, our beautiful boy Talon. What a great name. It's funny that I was like, is it going to be like Brian, or is it going to be like Xander, or is it going to be like... I know two people that have named their son Talon. I don't think it was spelled like that, like Lyn. I think it was Talon, like Talon, like caca. Anyway, but I think that's a great name. I don't know if he knows he can trust Crais, because he trusted Aaron. There's no reason to trust Crais. There really isn't, unless he knows something we don't. So, and Talon I trust that he's going to do the right thing. But I feel so bad for Moya. My God, the idea of her having to abandon Moya, and John talking to her and saying like this has been for you guys. This is to help you and your boy survive. And the only way that you can rescue him is by getting out of here and surviving. Oh, John is the ultimate man. Best man in the universe. Absolute best man in the universe. I could just cry all over again. But I'm not going to, because I'm going to watch the next episode, but you guys have to wait. So, guys, come back here for episode 1 of season 2. It's coming. In the meantime, I'll see ya.